For our New Year's team building trip story time. I understand you've been mistreating my daughter and her colleagues, he said, his voice deceptively calm. I also understand you've been foolish enough to cancel their return tickets and threaten their careers. Richard opened his mouth, but no words came out. Brenda tried to step forward, but my father's gaze pinned her in place. I'm not here to threaten you, Richard. That would be a waste of my time. He gestured toward the private jet. I'm here to take my daughter and her new colleagues home, but I want to make something clear. He stepped closer, his voice dropping so only Richard could hear. The three people you just insulted are responsible for 90% of your company's revenue. My daughter alone brought in more business than your entire sales team combined. And now they're coming to work for me. Richard's face went pale. You can't just. I can. My father straightened his tie. And I will. Enjoy your 5-star resort, Richard. I hope it was worth it. He turned and gestured toward the plane. Shall we? Kevin, Jessica, and I exchanged triumphant glances. Without another word, we walked past Richard and Brenda and boarded the private jet. As the plane lifted off, I looked out the window. Below us, Miami was shrinking, the airport becoming a distant patch of concrete. Somewhere down there, Richard and Brenda were probably still standing on the tarmac, their mouths hanging open. I smiled. Has anyone checked the company's stock price? I asked casually. Kevin raised an eyebrow. Why? What did you do? I pulled out my phone and pulled up our company's page. The stock had plummeted 20% in the last hour. Comments were flooding the message board, asking why 3 of the company's top salespeople had just resigned and why their clients were suddenly dropping like flies. Richard's about to lose every major client we ever brought in, I said, and without us to bring in new business. Well, let's just say he'll be lucky to keep that 5-star lifestyle for another year. Jessica laughed, a genuine, full-bodied laugh that seemed to release all the tension she'd been carrying. You know what? I'm actually looking forward to working for your family's company. Me too, Kevin agreed. You guys hiring? I grinned. Always. The private jet cut through the clouds, heading home. We were leaving Miami behind and leaving Richard and his company to crumble on their own. The best revenge, after all, wasn't revenge. It was success, and we had plenty of that ahead of us the moment the door clicked shut behind Chester and Juliana. The mask of despair slipped from my face like water. I straightened my spine, smoothed the wrinkles from my sleeve, and walked to the table where the casino manager stood waiting. The debt papers were gone, replaced by a contract that had been drafted weeks ago. The board has been assembled, the manager said, his voice now deferential. They're waiting for your signal. I nodded, pulling out my phone. The device that had been tracking my vitals was crushed, its signal dead. To the world, Tanya Larson had just ceased to exist, but I was very much alive, and I was done playing the victim. The news spread through the underworld like wildfire. Tanya Larson, the illegitimate daughter of Don Larson, had died in New Cordova. A tragic accident, they said. A deal gone wrong. I watched the reactions unfold from a private suite overlooking the city. Chester was the first to call. His voice was ragged, desperate. Tanya, the news. I don't believe it. I'm coming for you. I promised. I let the call go to voicemail. Seth was next. His message was shorter, colder. This is your fault. If you hadn't pushed Juliana, none of this would have happened. You brought this on yourself. I deleted it without listening to the end. Juliana, predictably, posted a tearful tribute on her social media. My sister, taken too soon. I'll carry her memory forever. The comments flooded in with condolences, sympathy, praise for her grace in the face of tragedy. I laughed. It was a hollow sound, but it was real. 2 weeks after my death, the first domino fell. Chester's empire had been built on a foundation of secrets. Secrets I had uncovered in my previous life. Secrets I had kept hidden because I loved him. I no longer loved him. The documents I had left with my contacts began to surface. Evidence of embezzlement. Proof of illegal arms deals. Records of payments to rival families that Chester had denied for years. The Canes were thrown into chaos. Chester's father, the aging patriarch, suffered a stroke when the accusations became public. The family's reputation, careful